Hello everybody, it's Shayna with Robinson Repurposing, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how I repurposed 4 thrifted items into like super cute new just updated little things. So if you like that kind of thing, definitely subscribe to my channel, watch this video, share it, like it, all the things. So first off, we're starting with this wooden duck that I got for $1 on an auction online, and I started by taking off those little googly eyes because they just weren't not my style, and then I sanded off that little spot there where the glue was, and then literally all I did on this one was take my antique wax that I'm showing you here in just a second, and I just waxed this, I guess you could say, kind of like stained it, you know, stained the whole thing, and that's all there was to this. Super simple. The wax is, I think it's a little easier to work with than stain, but it still just kind of makes a mess, but it doesn't stain your hands like stain does. So anyway, that's just a nice little tip if you want to stain something, but not fully, you know, use stain. And then I just took some scrap florals that I had, and I just set them in this, and they kind of like tipped over and spilled out there, but I'll show you here in a second. There's what it actually looks like with the florals in it, and you could do that, or you could put it like in your bathroom with towels. I think that would be super cute too. Okay, and then moving on to this little planter slash urn style thing. Mine's definitely more like a vase planter, you could say, but I'm wanting to make it look like that one there I just showed the picture of. So I started with my white paint, mainly because I was just using that as like a primer. I should have used like a darker color though, maybe a black or a brown, but I didn't actually have any. So anyway, I just used the buttercream color for a base coat for this, which this would have been, like I said, much better to use a darker color, but I just was using what I had on my table right there. So that's what I did first. Okay, so then I took this copper paint by Dixie Belle. It's like patina paint to make things look like metal, or you can use there's like an activator solution. You can make it look rusty, which I use that here in a little bit. I started out by using the wrong paintbrush. This was my paintbrush that still had all my white in it. I don't know what I was thinking there. I don't know. Anyway, so I got a different paintbrush, blow dried that a little bit more so it was completely dry, and then went back on here with this copper. And this doesn't go on very like full coverage. It's pretty, like, you have to do 2 coats for sure, but also if I had done brown underneath, it would have been, you know, would have covered better. So anyway, we do this coat of this, and then I take my cinnamon here in a minute, you'll see that in a second, and I dab cinnamon on this to give it some more texture, because like you see in the picture, I am trying to get that look. So then I just, as you can see here, I was just dabbing the cinnamon on wherever I thought it looked like it needed cinnamon. I don't know. I didn't really have a strategy to that. I just was dabbing it on there. And then I went ahead and painted this inner part of this face with the copper paint. And then I took the activator, and this color combination that I was using, the copper paint and then this spray. I don't know if this was the blue or the green. I can't remember. There's 2 different I don't know what these are called either. I need to read the label again because I can't remember. I used to know. Anyway, these solutions either make it look rusty, or they make it like this green color that this one's gonna have here in a minute. When this has to sit overnight, and then you'll see here in a minute what it looked like overnight after I did this. And just to go ahead and tell you guys, it was like too green. Like, I used too much of that solution. I should have just kind of dabbed it around the bottoms, you know, around the top a little bit, where things naturally do turn this like greenish color when this happens, this patina, but I don't know what I was doing. So anyway, I go back through in a minute, and I use the copper paint again to kind of go back over those, which honestly gives it even more texture, so it looks really cool. So this was just a really fun, cool technique to use to get patina rusted look like that one in the inspiration picture had. So like you see here, too much greenish blue color, so I just go back over this with the copper paint and make it look, you know, better, I think. final look at how it turned out. I honestly think I could have added a little bit more copper paint back onto it, but I definitely toned it down a little, so it looks better to me in my opinion. But I think this is just a really cool technique to try out sometimes if you want this rusted patina look. Okay, and then moving on to this little shelf here, you'll see behind my transfers. I got this at a thrift store. I honestly think it was 50 cents or $1. I can't remember. And I'm most likely gonna keep this and not take it to my booth because I really like this, and I'm working toward collecting some stuff to do like a gallery wall. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I chose these, you know, this specific graphic here because I thought this would go with the theme that I'm gonna have eventually if I do keep this with my little gallery wall. Anyway, so I cut out this, as you can see here. I left all this in here so you could kind of see how I decided to lay this out, you know, because there's a million options of how you could potentially lay out the flowers on any surface. But anyway, so I cut that down and put that on there where I liked it. And there was like all this scratching on the front of that there you can see, and I don't know if it's meant to look like that or if it was like an accident, but I didn't love that. So anyway, I chose to put this big flower right on the top of that. And then I just cut out some of the rest of the flowers and some butterflies and just arranged those on here how I liked them as well. And my only tip or advice on a transfer is just take your time. I have sped this up for the video. It doesn't look like it because I'm still moving very slow, but this is sped up. And so yeah, anyway, just take your time. It's a little bit of a tedious process sometimes. Sometimes it's very smooth. But yeah, and then this, I think this transfer was either redesigned by Prima or I'm not sure exactly, because the booth that I buy these from at the store where I have my booth, they just have all the brands, and I honestly can't remember which brand this was, but there's so many companies who have beautiful transfers that you could just look up, you know, transfers and find a pretty one. This was another piece from that set, and it was a different set maybe, I'm not even sure. I bought like 4 floral transfer sets the other day, and I'm just now getting around to using them. This wine box though here it was black, and it had like this guy on it, like a little chef guy. I don't even know. The design on it though just wasn't my style. So I painted it that color there, which I think that was sawmill gravy. I did that a long time ago, and I've just had it sitting in my craft room and I never did anything with it. But I finally decided I was gonna put some of these transfers on it because actually, long story short, my mom bought me a bottle of wine for Christmas, and it was like peach wine or something, and I don't know, the color scheme on the bottle reminded me of these flowers, and I was like, oh, that would be really pretty for this box. Anyway, I don't know, ADD story there, but anyway, so this is coming out cute here. I'm just adding the rest of these transfers on and making it cute. And then here's a final look at how this one turned out. I think it's super adorable. I would definitely carry some wine around in this. No, I don't know what you I think you just use it to give it to somebody for a gift. But anyway, super cute. Love it. Let me know which one's your favorite. Thank you so much for watching.